Hey guys, it's Abby. I'm back with another video, and today I will be doing my February book haul. And you know, I'm really not anticipating buying this many books every single month. This was just a little out of control, and I'm thinking next month to only buy like 1 or 2 books, and that's it. So I'm planning to not buy as many books in this upcoming month, especially because in March I have spring break and I'll be traveling, and I know I won't be reading that much. I also have like a million projects due that month and papers, and I just am already stressed out about the month of March, so I will not be buying as many books because I just need to just slowly work through all the ones that I have here. Also in March I'll be doing the Slay That series, I think is what it's called, bookathon marathon thing, because I would really like to just like whip through a series really fast. So I'll either be doing the Lunar Chronicles or the Raven Cycle. I haven't decided which yet. It depends on how this month plays out, and then I'll see how my wrap up goes, and then I'll have my TBR for that. So yeah, March will not be as crazy as this, and I promise I did not pay full price for any of these books. A lot of them were just a few dollars because I went to Half Price Books and Amazon. And Amazon, you can get books for like $3. So no, I did not pay full price for any of these books. The first batch I got yesterday, and I'll just go through those because I went to Half Price Books, and all the books that I unhauled in my last video I sold. Didn't get as much money as I was hoping for them, but that's okay. So because I gave all those books away, the obvious thing to do would be to buy a bunch more. Also, I don't go to Half Price Books very often, so it was a nice little treat just to buy some, and they were all very cheap, so let's get into that. The first book that I picked up from Half Price Books is Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King. A.S. King is one of my favorite authors. She writes YA contemporaries, but they're very, very different, and they're always kind of psychological and strange, and I really, really enjoy them. And this is one of her older ones, and it was $3, so I thought I would get it, and it does sound very good, and it has good reviews, so I'm really, really excited to read this one because I had it on my list years ago, and I have never picked it up, and so I felt like it was a sign to get it now. The next one I got is a sequel, and I was debating getting this one just because I read the first book so long ago that I really don't even remember what happens, but that is The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey. I read The Fifth Wave maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I don't remember what happens at all, so I may have to refresh my memory, but I got The Infinite Sea because it was cheap, and I know people don't like it as much, but I really want to continue on with the series because I loved The Fifth Wave. It still to this day is one of my favorite sci-fi books, and it's so beautifully written that I'd love to read some more from Rick Yancey. What is wrong with me today? The next one I am really, really excited about, and I'm really glad that I saw it there, and that is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I'm so happy I got this book because I've been meaning to pick it up, and everybody loves this book so much. I haven't read Fangirl or anything else by Rainbow Rowell, actually. I own Eleanor and Park and Attachments, but I haven't read any of them. So this may be my first Rainbow Rowell book, but it's so beautiful and so cool. I won't be reading this for a while because I'm letting my girlfriend read it first, but then I will dive into this, and I'm really excited about it because it just sounds amazing. Oh, my phone's ringing. Hello? What's up? I'm filming a YouTube video. Yeah. My best friend Sabrina says hello, camera. No, I won't. I'll leave it in. Yeah, but I can call you back when I'm done filming it. It will be like 10 minutes. Right, I realized I wasn't giving any descriptions of any of these books. So, I'll start with Carry On. I don't know anything about it, except that it is about 2 boys in love. It's like a fantasy, kind of like Harry Potter something or another. Ghost story, love story, mystery, kissing, talking, monsters. I'm really excited, and I don't really want to know anything else about it other than that because I'm just really excited about it, so yay for this one. Okay, this next book I'm just really, really happy because it was more of a nostalgic buy because I read this book when I was in 8th, 9th grade, and it was my favorite book in the entire world. I could quote all of it, and I lost it somewhere in the last couple years, and I saw this on the shelves and I was like, I gotta do it. I've gotta repurchase it and have it on my shelves and reread it someday, and that is Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin. And oh my gosh, this book was so amazing when I read it. Basically, it follows a girl who dies within the first couple of pages, and she goes to a place called Elsewhere, and it is a place where you go after you die. And the way that Elsewhere works is you go to Elsewhere, and it's a lot like Earth, but you age backwards until you become a baby again, and then they send you off and you start a new life, kind of like reincarnation. And this girl dies at the age of 14 and goes and is on Elsewhere, but she is struggling with this because she wanted to be able to turn 16 and get her driver's license and fall in love and all these things that she didn't get to do in her real life. And it's just about her journey in Elsewhere, and I really don't remember much in it, just that it was my favorite book, and it has this beautiful passage at the end. And oh my gosh, I really think you should read this book because it was so amazing to me when I was 14, 15, and this is just such a good book, and I'm glad that it's back on my shelf because it's felt incomplete without it. The last book that I bought at Half Price Books is one that I've heard a lot about, just that it's really good. I didn't know much about it. It honestly is nothing that I would pick up on my own, but since people have been talking about it for so long, I figured I would buy it and see what it's all about since it was just a couple of dollars, and that is Winger by Andrew Smith. This follows a 14-year-old boy. He's a junior in high school. He goes to this like private school. I think it's a boys' school. It might just be a boarding school for rich kids. And he's on the rugby team. He's rooming with the biggest jerk on the rugby team, and he's in love with his best friend, and she thinks of him as a little kid, and I don't know, it sounds like a really sweet coming of age story. My cat is asking back in. Come on. Brat. Get back in here. And so some of the bigger name YouTube people talk a lot about this book, and I know the sequel recently came out and everybody was picking that up, so it's like, why not? I do actually really like the cover. I think it's really cool. Oh, how cool is that? And I've been looking for a good coming of age story. Oh my god, are you seriously asking me to go out again? We can't do this right now. Please stop. So I think it's really cool. Also, fun fact, I played rugby my senior year of high school, so I feel like the whole rugby aspect would be really cool. So I'm excited for that. How many times will I say excited in this video? I don't know. Too many times. The next batch of books that I purchased are ones that I bought on Amazon, and I don't remember why I did this. It was very sporadically. You know, you're on Amazon, you're just searching. You said you were going to get yourself the one book you were looking for, and suddenly there's 6 in your cart and you're like, oops, and then you buy them all. So that's what happened. The original reason why I was buying books off Amazon was to pick up Scarlet by Marissa Meyer because I just finished Cinder. I did a review on it. If you want to see it, I will link it below, and I got really excited and immediately bought Scarlet, which is super pretty, and I'm really excited to read this one. This is what I'll be reading next, and I know I won't finish it by the end of this month because I've got tons of schoolwork, but if I do the Lunar Chronicles Forest Lay that series, this will be one of the ones that I pound out, and I'm really excited about it. I won't say too much. All I know is that this one's about Red Riding Hood, obviously, and I don't know anything else about it except that also Cinder will be in it, which is exciting because I was worried that she wouldn't be, and I missed her and Prince Kai and all of those characters, so I'm excited to read this one again, and that is why I bought all these books off Amazon, because I was looking for this guy and ended up with several others. So the next book that I bought I am so excited about because it was one of probably my #1 most anticipated book of 2016, and I haven't started it yet because I want to devote all my time to it. I don't want to be reading anything else, and I've been in the middle of several books, so this may be the next one that I pick up because I'm just really excited about it, and that is The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. I am so excited about this book. I've heard literally only good things about this book. The reviews on Goodreads are ridiculous. I've watched a couple videos where people are talking about this book, and they're ridiculous. Everybody loves it, and I'm so excited. This is a YA contemporary about a Native American girl who is adopted, which I think is really cool. That adds so much diversity, just in itself is awesome. And it's kind of magical realism because she has this apparition that has come to her every night since she was a little girl, and it's been a couple months since it came, and finally this apparition comes back, and she calls it her grandmother because it is this woman who comes and tells her stories, and they're these Native American tales, I believe, and her grandmother comes back and says that she won't be coming back, but that she needs to save somebody, and she has to save this boy. And there's all this world building, and it's a love story, but it's not a shallow one, and I've heard that there is a little bit of insta-love, but it's done very well, and she deals with a lot of growing issues, and the romance is very healthy, and the whole book is amazing, and I've heard it has really good friendships in it, and a lot of just issues that young people deal with, and I think there's time travel involved, and that just sounds like the perfect book, and the cover is absolutely gorgeous. It just makes me really excited that this is a Native American character, because I myself am Native American, my dad's side of the family is, my sister and I, and my brother, and there's just not a lot of representation in anything in life, really, for Native Americans, and I think it's just really important to include that in literature, as well as adopted characters. I'm just really excited for this book, and I know it's going to be amazing. And it's a pretty good size contemporary, and this is this author's debut novel, and I would read anything written by her just without even reading this book. Like, I'm just excited, and there will be a very hefty review of this book whenever I finish it. Whew. The next purchase that I made on Amazon has been long awaited, and again, I'm very far back. What is it called? Late to the party? I am very late to this party train, whatever this is. I'm really late to it, but whatever, I bought it, and I am going to read it, and that is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Maas? I'm gonna go with Sarah J. Maas. I know so many people who love this book. Everyone on BookTube talks about it. My friends who aren't even on BookTube talk about it, and it's apparently just the craziest, greatest thing in the world, and we'll see if I'll enjoy it, because it's really not at all what I would have ever picked up, but I mean, people are addicted to this series. So I bought it in paperback just to see. Really not a fan of these covers. I know a lot of people like them, but I just really don't like it. I only know what I've heard on YouTube about it, about Selena, and all these other characters, and somebody named Kale, and I don't know, and I'm just going to dive into it and see what this world is like, because apparently it's really amazing world building, which is great, because I'd love to see that done well. Some world building is not very good, and I've heard that Sarah J. Maas does it very, very well. So I don't really know much about it, and I'm going to keep it that way so I can just dive into it and, you know, see what it is. But it is high fantasy, which is something I'm usually not too good at, but it's a fan favorite, so we'll see what happens with this one. The last book in this very guilty book haul, because I feel so guilty looking at this huge pile of books, and it's making me super anxious, because I'm like, shoot, I have to read all of these. When am I going to read all these? I'm going to buy more books, I know I am, so like, what am I going to do? And somebody needs to stop me. Somebody needs to stop me. Anyways, this last one. This isn't the last book. Don't listen to anything I just said. The second to last book that I bought is a graphic novel, and it is called The Lumberjanes. I don't remember who wrote it and illustrated. There's a lot of authors. I know Noelle Stevenson is one of them, and she did Nimona, which I have back here on my shelves. So it is kind of a similar art style, but I know it's illustrated by different people. But I really, really enjoyed Nimona, so I got Lumberjanes because I really enjoyed Noelle Stevenson, and it was so cute. There is a little... Oh, my hair. There is some alluding to a lesbian couple within the Lumberjanes group. Really, really cute friendships, and it's about all these girls who go to a camp together for young women, and the campgrounds are a little spooky, and they've got monsters and things, and they all are just these badass girls, and they've all got these really eccentric personalities, and I really enjoyed it. I laughed out loud while reading it because it was just so cute, and their little slang is really sweet, And I am excited to pick up volume 2 because I flew through volume 1 and it was really, really good. So that is one of the books that I also bought from Amazon. The last one that I bought is one that I have just been flying through, and I'm so close to finishing it. I'm about to finish it right after this video because I have maybe 100 pages left, and oh my goodness. Guys, I'm late to this game too because everybody loves this series, and I just didn't think that I would like it because when it first came out, I thought I heard some bad things about it, so I was like, pshaw. But now everybody loves it, so I'm like, what the hell? When did that happen? I don't know, but it is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I read Shiver, the Shiver series, whatever that is, by Maggie Stiefvater back in middle school, and I just remember me and my best friend were obsessed with that. It was about werewolves, so it was right around the Twilight werewolf thing. And oh my god, it was so good, and I forgot how much I loved her writing because it is so poetic and beautiful and lyrical, and I just love Maggie Stiefvater, and this book has just reminded me how much I love her. This is amazing. I love this book. I cannot wait to do a review. As soon as I finish it, I'm going to film one, and I'm already straight up about to order The Dream Thieves, and this book is just so good. The characters are so dynamic. I'm not even going to get into it. This is a haul. This is not the review, but oh my god, I love this. I already love the series. This is one of my favorite books right now. Please read this book. It's so beautifully written. I'm just really, really, really excited about this book. Like, oof. I've just got hair flying all over the place. Tell me if you have this problem too, where your hair just like gets caught in your fingers and you're like, nah. Maybe it's thick hair problems or curly hair problems. Anyways, oh my god, this book is so, so good. I love it so much. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave comment belows. Comment belows. Leave comments below if you've read any of these books, enjoyed them, any thoughts on them, any that you're excited about. Just let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video.